Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode 29. Next up is the Dauphine. After that is the Tour de France, and then we go to wrap up the season with the remaining races. But thinking about progression, there's a few easy points left out there. Intermediate sprints, winning climbs to get those hills, mountain points, sprint points, flat points. I think realistically right now we've developed to a point where we're competitive. But to completely switch off from being a breakaway rider means we're losing those opportunities to gain. Then it really comes down to getting victories. And victories aren't necessarily where we're at. If I go into the Dauphiné, I'm unlikely to win. I am likely to score a top 10. That doesn't do anything other than secure some points. I think my best opportunity right now is to know and realize that while I could probably get a top 10 in the Tour de France, again, it would all be for naught. It would be just for a limited amount of points. And I suppose it's 100 points, right? The World Championships, that Il Lombardi is 100 points. So each stage is 50, and that's certainly nice. But the Tour de France only scores so much, and it's not massively beyond all the others, but it is 21 stages, so it's massively time consuming to get those kind of results out of it. I think this year's Tour de France, I want to go for the King of the Mountains so I can win a bunch of climbs. I can win those intermediate sprints. I can win that combativity award. That would be a good progression race for us. And then in future years, we can start going for the GC. But in the meantime, we're far enough along. Obviously, the British Cup did not go according to plan. LBL, I want to say, or at least the race before it. No, that was Paris-Roubaix, right? LBL did not go according to plan. So we've had a couple misses here lately, and some of that's been on me. I haven't noticed certain stuff, like McNulty going down in a crash. I was unaware that he had crashed at the time. I didn't see it. I've got a lot going on, from looking at a face cam and not even at my screen to what's happening on my screen and trying to focus on that. I'm going to go for GC on Dauphiné, though my expectations are low. But the Tour de France is going to be a good opportunity to secure some growth as a rider to set us up for maybe a run next season. Stage 1 was a sprint stage. Cockard finished 11th, so we did not even secure a top 10 there. But now that we're on stage number 2, there's a lot of undulation, a lot of shorter but steeper climbs, and a big crash there ahead of me. Did any teammates get included in that? No, we're all here. Peloton's still together, or at least I think we're all here. I'm not seeing any indication that anyone was involved in that crash from our team, but that was a lot of riders right at the front of the peloton, so it very well could have included some contenders. What we're looking at now, if you glance over the profile, we have basically 2 climbs left, even though there's 3 Cat 4s along the way, plus the finish line, as it's kind of being ruled as a double climb. To this point, I have saved our guys to keep them fresh. We're going to get protection now on myself and McNulty. And Vine, I suppose. There you go.
I'm coming to protect you.
Lutsenko in the break, probably going to be wearing the King of the Mountains jersey at the end of the day here. First portion of the climb is now behind us. As we continue on, we are going to want to use gels, but that's also going to depend on the climb. We've got 4K to the top. Cockard in particular needs to use his gel now.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The others might make it over the top of this one, as long as the descent is. I would love to save those gels for the final climb. 2K from the top, but that's not quite the top. Toynes and Quinn. Thinking about it, Lutsenko alone. Just 59 left in the peloton.
The peloton is riding hard.
We have
Stay
made
well
it.
placed.
We have made it. Okay. Cresting here in a moment. Let's get that lay of the land. I've saved all but Cockard's gel, and you can see from where he's at right now with Quinn and Twins, that was a good idea to use. Here's what's left of the breakaway. So you've got Lutsenko and Johannesson, Mataway and Harada and Van Aert off the front. That is quite the set. You can see Van Aert up the road just ahead of us there in the yellow grass, about to re-enter the green. And then just 40 left in the peloton. But of course, the best riders are here. I mean, it's got Pogačar, it's got Vingegaard, Roglic, Vlasov, Hindley. They're all here. But we've got a full team in a small peloton for the final climb to come, and we're going to see how much recovery there is on the descent. 2 minutes behind the front couple of riders, though, so it's not going to be an easy chase. But we've managed to, with only a moderate descent, already pull it back to a minute 25 and pull back Van Aert as we've just gone past him there. Okay, recovery minimal. The tempo has been high. We've pulled it back to 34 seconds now to what is just a group of 4. So those 2 and 2 came back together. Van Aert came back to us, and we're at the base of the climb with everyone needing their gel right now. This is perfect time to do that. The great news here is that means recovery has been minimal across the board, not just for us. And it's going to wear things down a lot faster. And look at the continued high tempo. We're eking out the red bar. But there goes McNulty. There goes Only out the back. McNulty was a protected ride. Oh! Fall icon. So there we go again. McNulty, 2 races in a row. This time I actually spot it. I see it there now. Just under his name. He has taken a fall. That means his whole race is screwed. That 100% puts me as the leader now, without a doubt. Cockard was protecting him. What happened to my protection? Toyance. Let's get back to protecting.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
So just 31 left, and we've caught the front of the field. So this is it. Last 30 riders in contention.
Now on, there will be no time for a breather.
This is the first of the double climbs, by the way. But it's time to get control and hold a steady pace here. Already used the blue gel. Red gel remains. And now I just kind of want to climb consistently as much as I can. Right now, tempo's high, dropping back too much, too fast. Teammates out the back with a Venipol. A Venipol has been dropped. Simon Yates has been dropped. Manny Martinez, Bernal has been dropped. Ben O'Connor's been dropped. Moss has been dropped. Wow. Small group already. What do we have left here? 7K to the top. Twains is still here. It's supposed to be protecting me, but you know that's not happening. Also use your gel.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
I'm not trying to lead the race here. I'm just trying to go steady tempo. Let Pogačar come through and do the work. Toyne's at the back. Mataway at the back. Okay, I lost my protection, so let's get Hamilton.
It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
Based on the fact that Vingegaard and Pogačar want to work, for the moment I'm okay with saving teammates. There's Hamilton.
Only 5 kilometers left for the head of the race.
Inside 5K. My energy is not great for 5K to go. Definitely looking good for the top 10 though. Oh, here they go, speeding up. They got separation for a moment. Longer than a moment. Roglic couldn't hold it. I was just going steady tempo and they accelerated.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Vine.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
Fine, you're supposed to be working here, bud. You haven't even come through.
I'll go full out on the relay.
There we go. Okay, following Vine.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. Okay, I'll consume a feed. You're on your way to the top spot of the white jersey standing.
He bonked out.
Great.
He bonked
Keep
out.
going,
So
kid.
off we go. On tempo, 2.4K. 5th overall, coming back very quickly at Roglic. But not set to make it 2K. I do have my gel to at least maintain some tempo here, though. For what's looking like a 4th place, most likely.
Here comes the red pennant.
Gel, 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 gel. 1K banner. Ooh, I almost turned left there.
He takes the virtual lead.
Vingegaard takes the stage. Pogacar takes 2nd. Oh, man. Come on, come on. Last push. I'm losing a ton of time on this last push. Wow. That was slow. I needed more energy for that. That one really set me back for a potential podium, but I'm looking good for a top 5. I mean, I just beat Pogacar, Roglic to the line. All right, so Vingegaard with the win, 3 seconds ahead of Pogacar, 27 ahead of Bardet was the 3rd rider up there. I get 4th at 1:07. I really lost a ton of time, 20, 30 seconds in that final 100 meters. That was so steep, and we didn't have anything left to attack with at that stage. I didn't realize that that was coming. Roglic ends up almost recovering enough to get back to me, but still 3 seconds behind. And then Lutsenko half a minute down with Vine just behind him. Johannesson, Carapaz, and Carlos Rodriguez. Chris Hamilton got 14th. I do have the lead in the young riders. The other top 10 riders that are classified young rider are Johannesson and Carlos Rodriguez, then Pidcock, and then a huge gap after that. So really 3 guys left to compete with me for that one. We do have the team classification, so that's nice. One downside, one thing to worry about is that I do have the worst fitness level that you can have for the race. In fact, none of my teammates are in green, not one of them. So this could be a rough race overall, but 2 stages down.
As we ought to.
All right, and we set off in this one. Whoa, whoa, oh. I went too early into that TT position, barely made that corner. Back into the TT position, trying to control it.
Keep a good aerodynamic position. Go.
Not a great start to this time trial. Gotta be said. Gotta get my head in the game here. 1 climb early on, 17K overall. I'm better at time trialing than I used to be. I should be a lot more competitive with my time, but
it averages out close to 10%, so it will be difficult to stay in an aerodynamic position.
get out of the TT for the corner here. Trying to use the climb to gain the most time here. Not matching what they are predicting. Here's where it's steep. I'll get some red bar back probably on the descent anyway, so I think it's worth it to be making a big push.
Come on, you're coming to the
About to
top.
crest.
Keep it up.
Okay, it's starting to ease off.
Watch out on the way down. Be
Okay,
careful.
TT for now. Can I arrow tuck? No, it will not arrow tuck. We just got to be TT position. First time check coming, and it looks like I'm ahead on time, which makes sense from the push that I made. Well ahead, but that's still only 57th.
Setting a good time. Keep it up.
That TT as long as I can here while we're on the flat. Definitely need to get out of it here. Ooh, lost too much momentum there. Didn't break enough. Not a great descent. Definitely not a great descent. I wish that it had the regular aero tuck that you could have, but I suppose that's TT, right? So
Go, pick up the tempo. Go.
ooh, there's a red bar to be used between here and the finish line.
Watch out.
I think I
Get
can
your
make
head
this
up.
corner.
You're coming into a twisty
Yes.
portion.
Okay, what about this one? I think I'm okay to make this one. The next one I might have to get out of the TT. No, we're fine. This one's the more iffy. Out of the TT. Out of the TT. Gotta handle these corners. Gotta handle these corners. Get back to speed. There we go. Drop it down.
Go, come on, go.
3.5K to go. 3.5K to go. Plenty of blue energy. Now it's just kind of maximizing that red bar between here and the finish line to get the best time that I can. I think I was obviously I was well ahead of what they wanted from me in the first sector in the climb, but the descent, that descent was that was rough. I know that I lost some time in there. I was definitely not maxing that one out. That was probably my first proper descent on a time trial. Last K.
After the bend, it finishes on a rising false
Okay,
track.
out of the TT.
Come on,
See,
step on
this
the pedal.
this you don't even really
Go.
see on the prediction.
Standing on the pedals. To the line. Go.
Okay. I had that little bit of red bar left for that final push. Should be an okay time. Should be a pretty okay time. All right, so it's a Venipol with the stage win ahead of Van Aert, and then Kung, Pogacar, Ayuso, top 5. Jay Vine got 10th at 39 seconds down. McNulty recovering well after his crash, just 52 seconds down. A very mediocre time trialist that at least have improved a little bit anyway. Minute 59 down, 68th. I think compared to what my ability is, that's probably right about where I should have been. That's some healthy time loss though. 2 minutes with Pogacar half a minute, so I lose a minute and a half to Pogacar, being kind of the key comparison. I lose a minute 20 to my teammate Jay Vine. I'm definitely moving down the standings a bit. So in the new GC updated standings, Pogacar now leads from Vingegaard by 16 seconds. Bardet is a minute 15 down. Roglic a minute 36. Lutsenko 201. Vine is 6th at 205. I am 7th at 244. Still well placed, and the pair of us still in contention it's awesome. That is awesome. I still have the Young Riders classification by 3 seconds over Carlos Rodriguez, with Johannesson just 18 behind. Evenepoel has come out of nowhere to be in contention, with Pidcock still there before it drops to 3+ minutes at Ayuso. So I definitely opened the doorway for a couple riders to get back into this race, and the closest guys behind me are very much in it now. I've got my work cut out for me in the last 4 stages, and this is progressively going to get harder stage by stage. We have a hill, and then we have 2 medium mountains, and then we have a mountain stage. So stage by stage, this is going to get tougher. We lose our lead in the team classification, but by only 1 second, so we still are in the mix to win the team classification. And of course, I haven't sent anyone into the break. Coming up on the final 2 climbs of stage 5, it's a simple, punchy stage, but we got a large breakaway today. A dozen riders, they had a healthy advantage. They still have 2 minutes, and it's a relatively short stage, so this is one of those more aggressive ones. We're down inside 40K, and the pressure's starting to mount here, with riders already out the back before we've even hit these final 2 climbs. So as we kind of navigate this first one, Cat 3, Lenny Martinez from the breakaway collects maximum points, and that's 1 climb done and out of the way. But we are still not crested over this long, gradual, sloping hill before we then have a more standard, steep straight up and then mostly straight down descent afterward, where the action will ensue. We're going to get some recovery on the descent. Peloton at 77, so it's actually shrunk almost in half. We still have our full team. I think right at the base is when I'm planning to have everyone use their gel, because this descent is going at such a pace that recovery is somewhat minimal. Not non-existent,
here we are
though.
at the
All
foot
right.
of the Côte de Tézy. The breakaway will have to fight hard to hold off the peloton.
Okay.
All right. Toynes and
Pockets number
Cock are
8.
starting with their gels. They're the two offering protection as we turn to begin the climb, which means I also need to take control here. Just 3.5K from the top. I should be telling somebody like Quinn. Boy, if you guys are going to give me the opportunity, screw it. I'm gone. I am gone off the front. Full red bar to be consumed.
Watch out.
Then
You'll
setting
soon have no
tempo.
more energy for an
Okay,
attack.
restoring the red bar. It's back together. They caught me. I climbed that slow, huh? Well, let's go again. That was the plan all along anyway, once I saw the opening. Solo once again, just 14 seconds ahead. Might as well consume. I've got plenty of energy to make the end of the stage, but
At the top of the Côte de
Albanese.
Tézy, one man goes over alone.
Honey Martinez over the top first. Looks like the breakaway might hang on for the stage here. How many riders can catch me? Alright, I'm going to take control here. Not yet. Got a little saddle here at the top. Pogacar now just 9 seconds behind. I wouldn't mind a simple 1-2 finish with him, or 1-2 of contenders anyway.
Guys, the closing 10 kilometers are all downhill. It's going to be very, very fast, and it will be
Still
difficult to get
8
back
seconds
into
ahead of
position
him.
before the final kilometer.
Sixth
Be
on the
your
road.
guard.
Only overtaken
The
one
peloton is
breakaway
riding
rider.
hard.
Here we go.
Stay
Starting to
well
crest.
placed.
Starting to crest. Don't want to tuck yet. It's not. I've got plenty of energy, so going kind of full gas is advised. Catching up to Battistella and whoever's with him. It's now a group of 5, so 3 more riders have caught. I just don't have the ratings quite good enough, especially the flat, which this would be right now. I don't mind that I'm sacrificing 4th place here, right? This is about time gains. Remember, I'm down the order a bit. There's 9 of us now, but 2 of them are the breakaway riders. Now it's 28. Peloton back together. I'm that slow? Man. Getting a little recovery because I've gone pretty deep. 3K.
What's he trying
Don't
to
want
do?
to do that much, though. 1.9.
The red
Ciccone
pennant
comes
is in
flying
sight
through,
for the
trying
front
to
of the
attack.
race.
1K. 1K. What's going to happen here in the final kilometer? Is it flat? Sprinting. Vanderpool coming through. He's faster. We're missing top 3 anyway. The breakaway hangs on. But the peloton largely comes back together on the descent. I just did not have the attributes necessary to maintain a high enough tempo, even though I was going 100%, to hold off the group coming back together. So that was sad. That was sad. But Vine gets same time, so he won't lose any time. Somebody, I'm sure, lost time in that, but was it a contender? Yeah, that descent just wasn't steep enough and wasn't technical enough for us to hold off the field. Kron, Martinez, and Zimmerman keep the stage to themselves. 5 seconds of the advantage. Their time gains mean nothing as they weren't contenders. So that actually works out pretty well. Then in the sprint, Vanderpool wins. I'm 4th across the line of the sprint, 7th for the stage. and McNulty and Vine on same time. But looking at that general classification, no changes in the top 7. There were changes behind us. Bilbao moves up a spot, Johannesson moves up a spot, Vlasov moves up 2, and Evenepoel up 2. Pidcock and Izagirre up 3. Hindley drops 3, but others besides Hindley also losing ground. So yes, there were contenders in the top 15. Looks like 3 of them, Hindley being one of those 3. The others losing a lot more time than he lost, dropping down the order a little bit. We're at 302 to those guys. I'm at 244 though, so this is not just about podium potential, but it's also about challengers behind me. And I'm still only 2 minutes ahead of Jai Hindley, so it's still very much an open race. Hamilton is 6 minutes down at 22nd. McNulty just behind him at 6:20. He's no longer being affected by the crash. He's recovered from that. I still don't think he can full attack though. Still lead the young riders. Okay. Carlos Rodriguez, who was 3 seconds behind me, is now 5:45 down. He lost 5:42 today, which is the same amount of time that Quinn lost. Quinn came in the same group at 5:42 down, my teammate. So that says a lot. No. That's Quinn's overall. Never mind that. But anyway, Carlos Rodriguez did lose a huge chunk of time, nearly 6 minutes today. Johannesson, now the only close competitor, but Evenepoel, Pidcock are definitely close enough to be considered contenders, and Lenny Martinez gains that little bit of time today with his breakaway success. We move back into the lead of the team classification by over a minute. We're in pretty good shape here. After 5 stages. The time trial obviously was costly with 2 minutes of losses there. Otherwise, I'm absolutely in contention on this. Let me rephrase that time loss. It was 2 minutes to stage winner, but a minute and a half. To GC guys. From 4th to 7th. Solidly in the top 10 right now, but the three biggest stages are still ahead of us. 2 medium mountains and a full mountain stage to come. So this picture is going to change drastically over the next 3 stages. Vine in particular, I think, is one of the guys that's going to go out the back. I think Bardet is going to drop down. Bilbao is likely to drop down quite a bit. Yanni Zagirre is likely to drop down. And we'll get a new picture over the next stage or 2, and then of course that final stage will really determine who has it and who doesn't. I think I've noticed that generally over the medium mountain stages we're still pretty solid and competitive. The big climbing ones, I tend to not quite have the legs. My mountain rating's not quite there, and we tend to struggle a bit more there. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.